Yeah. Do you think you're good at the game? Did you think this was a good decision? Are you second guessing
Yeah.
this game? Like maybe you should just not play this game anymore. Yeah, exactly, exactly. See, the best part about that is
You're
you do that, and you pull a bait and switch every now and then. Just be like, no, this angle's perfect. Why would you not? Why would you say this is a bad angle? Right? It's great. It's
yeah.
great. I'm the general of gaslighting. So that's what we're gonna be doing plenty of
The
that today.
gaslighting coach, bro.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Why would you do this? This is amazing. Like, why would you not do this? Like, what? So it's perfect. Keep them on their toes, right? Because that way, the toxicity that I bring to the table could not possibly be like they're prepped for ranked. Like there
Yeah,
can't possibly
exactly.
run to anything worse than ranked. So
It cancels each other out.
yeah, exactly, exactly. I'm preparing them for life, right? So, okay. What do you hope to get out of the session? I hope to alleviate the frustrations of following the advice of my coaches and still losing games, reorganize and declutter my previous session notes, like which ones to throw away, which ones to keep, understanding why applying lessons I've learned still causes me to die and lose games, also inadvertently why doing the opposite of my studies somehow result in positive outcomes. Oh, baby. You got some baggage. All right, Rick, talk to me what you got.
Yeah. So the when I bought the session, it was an impulse. It was like an impulsive purchase. Uh, after I want to say two, here we're going to look at as Soldier.
Sure.
After two or three coaching sessions on Soldier,
Mm-hmm.
um, actually, let's go to the before that. Before that, I got to Plat One by myself with the coaching sessions. I was kind of still staying there,
Yeah.
um, working on tiny like stuff like my visors, better fundamentals, um, holding controlling angles. Then continued to get closer and closer. Made Diamond Five.
Nice.
Stayed in Diamond for a little bit and uh, dropped after practicing some of the things my coaches tell me. And the biggest, probably basically, I think I got too many coaching sessions and I had a lot of contradictory information, or either I had because the coaches were different people, or I
Uh-huh.
had poor execution or poor misinterpretation of the coaching. Because
Yeah.
now I have a much more sharper mindset going into I've alleviated the misinterpretations that I had before.
Yeah. Yeah.
However,
Okay.
what I will say though, it wasn't the frustration was kind of understandable because the hero is so mid, so
Yeah.
underwhelming
Yeah.
that the
Yeah.
angles that I take often I get hero diffed, not even
Yeah.
outplayed, just hero diffed.
Sure.
So
Sure. Sure.
when I would take the advice of like take this off angle or take as much of a 90-degree angle as you can while staying safe, or take a full flank, or taking even a 30-degree angle on high ground. Um, would obviously that made sense, but I would have a soldier and slide up to me, kill me, shoot me with railgun, or Genji
Right.
come up dash melee, immediately die. Um, so, and then as soon as and then the funny thing is, I was like, I got so frustrated at that I was like, all right, screw it. I'm just gonna go in main, take a like a 10-15 degree off angle and shoot tank. Or and if I see a support, just shoot him. And it kind of worked. It actually that series of games actually um climbed me back up from like plat 3 to plat 1 again. And I learned a few things from doing that. Even though it's suboptimal, uh it still provided some level of value because I would force Zarya bubbles. I would force Ana's nade for the tank. I
Mm-hmm.
would force Mora's ball for that. And it's a little bit of value. It wasn't zero. Um, but then I had another coaching session that was that with Kajor,
Mm-hmm.
and he told me like take more of these angles, but he taught me how to out outplay these angles a little bit when I get contested on them.
Right.
And so that way I don't have any opportunity cost when the fight's happening.
Right. Right.
So that's the biggest thing that I want to get out of the session now is pretty much how do I um overcompensate for the fact that my hero is so mid, and how do I outplay people that are contesting me on these angles. And I have
Mm-hmm.
a few ideas. Um, there and I'll show you some images. Because I want to kind of see how what you think on about these images.
Yep.
The other thing I got like hella frustrated with is I would take like distraction angles. I would pull tanks away. I would pull supports away. I would force cooldowns, and y y by taking flanks, I would force the enemy team off point, and
Hmm.
yet still my team wasn't able to capitalize on those opportunities.
Yep.
So I was able to like even when I'm timing it, even when I'm timing the engage of the tank, and when I'm timing the um you know, but the thing is like some people are just so brain dead.
Yep. Okay, so let's
Well,
talk. Let's talk. So first things
yeah,
first, angle's always good, always without exception. Okay. The
yeah,
type and depth of the angle is, I won't say completely irrelevant. It's not, but it's not something that you necessarily need to worry about as much. So when you talked about, I just said, screw it, I'm just going to take a tighter angle and just shoot tank. Sure.
yeah,
Sure. Why not? You're good at shooting tank. Why not? There's nothing wrong with shooting tank. The question is, were you on an angle? Were you using your mobility? Were you using your kit? Sounds like you were. Okay, great job. You don't have to hard flank the soldier all the time. Like, I think you have that utility to reposition frequently, but that also just means that you could just choose whatever angle that you want. And sometimes the angle is just shooting tank. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. The other thing that you talked about is how, my team doesn't always follow up off of my pressure. That's true, but if your pressure from the angle is good, you will always win games. Always. You won't always win every game, but you will win more games off of making good decisions. If you find that your angles aren't working, then your angles, your timing, your mechanics suck. That's it. If you are on an angle for 2 seconds, then your team can't follow up. If you're on an angle and you miss all your helixes and you only force 1 CD when you should have forced 2, then your angles suck. If you took the wrong angle and then you allow a Denshi to be within dash distance and get on top of you with full CDs and kill you, then your angles suck. If you allow a Sojourn to slide on top of you with rail and you're unable to finish the kill, then maybe your cooldowns, your mechanic usage, or your dueling sucks, or outplaying those angles suck. Your character is not strong. Just how it is, right? But your character is not near as bad as Moira and higher levels. Your character is not as bad as Orisa and higher. And this is just objective off of win rates, okay? You just have to get good. And it sounds like you have gotten too much information, been inconsistent and just inconsistent, really, at being able to apply that information and develop the skills that you need to. And so part of the reason why your simplification probably works so well for you, even if it wasn't, let's say, perfectly optimal. Like, let's say taking an angle and shooting tank is really good, but there were some opportunities for you to flank and you missed it and you still won games anyway. It's just because you didn't have to think so hard. You just had to play the game, right? And
yeah.
ultimately, improvement can be a slow and deliberate process with a lot of details and a lot of learning, but I don't think it's good for you to have a trillion things in your brain that you're trying to improve at the same time. I think that's wasteful. I think it's stupid, and I would avoid it at all costs. I have always avoided, purposely gone out of my way to tell students not to book sessions back to back. Do not do it. Don't do it. You should avoid getting coached more than once a month. You should. You don't have time to practice things. If I gave you a couple of things to work on today, even if they were very simple, you're not going to make progress in those things in a week, in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks, and maybe not even 4 weeks. You need time and you need reps. Now, I don't mind if you ask questions, but you need time and you need reps. So you've had too much coaching, too many ideas, too much feedback, not enough practice, and probably an overcomplication of things as well.
I've had plenty of practice,
Okay.
but um, it's more of the misinterpretations
Sure.
of their advice and more of learning when to apply
Yep.
their advice because
Yep.
the angles can be good at a different time, and it's all relative to the enemy team's composition as well.
Right.
So it's like Genji, yeah, my angle sucked on Genji because he's allowed to dash on me in melee and kill me in one shot. The angle was there's another layer to it. Um, I have to scout where my most likely counters are and take a decision relative to that.
Yeah.
But sometimes in order for me to do that, I have to take an angle to scout, then make the decision. But sometimes that's too, but I don't think it's an overload of information. It was at one point, I think, when I bought it, but now I don't think I
Okay.
have that overload.
Good.
Now it's more like I'm pretty sure the number one thing that I need to work on is the 1v1s, maintaining control when I get contested, maintaining
Uh-huh.
control of that pressure.
Uh-huh.
Because if I'm not getting contested at all, um, then I'm just raining down bullets,
Yeah.
and it's just bullet city.
Okay.
But the number one thing that I had um when I was premiering for Diamond are certain games on Ilios where like close range maps, and I think it was also Hananuka,
Mm-hmm.
where I would go to left, I'd see Reaper. Like, all right, cool. I'd run away from the Reaper because he has close range advantage, not taking it. Go
Uh-huh.
to the other side of the map. There's a diva. Okay, shit. Can't
Yeah.
can't contest diva. Unless I have healing pad, and maybe I could waste their time a little bit. So I go and they were just back and forth. The enemy team both had heroes that had the advantage on every angle that I could take, and there
Mm-hmm.
was almost no angle that I could take. And when I would take a flank, something that's far and that's relatively safe because I'm not being contested, I would get chased. Um, Now I did improve upon that because sometimes I would telegraph where I'd be going. So I got helped with that on not revealing my position until I actually have the exact angle so I could avoid being chased. And that worked out well. Um, and all that advice has gotten me back up to plat two.
Okay.
I'm on a winning streak right now.
Okay.
But yeah, the images I'm going to show you
Mm-hmm.
are mostly focused towards that, where the map has. If I can find the images, that's the thing. Oh, here's one. Here's one.
Okay. All right. What's the issue here?
So I think this is the Hananuka one.
Yeah.
Desmond, the soldier
Yeah,
up
I see
top.
you. I see you. Yeah.
Um, so I went to this left angle here, saw the Reaper, went to the high ground. Um, pocketed by Mercy, bless her heart, and then I would have pretty much I do have an angle on this Genji.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and he's far away from his dash range, but I would be contested. This is an example of no matter where I went, I would always have a hero. I would always have a hero stronger than me
Yeah.
on that angle.
Yeah.
So this is really what I'm really trying to focus on is like how do I play this?
This
And
is
that's
exactly how you're playing it. Let me stop you right there. Exactly how you're playing it. This is fine.
okay. That's just maintaining my range and maintaining my
Yeah,
strength.
this is good enough. Like you can't play a trillion miles away from Diva and Genji. This is fine. Diva's not gonna be able to get on top of you immediately. You're gonna see her coming. You're gonna run away. She's gonna waste her time, and then you're gonna poke her, and then you're gonna retake the angle over and over and over and over again. This is fine.
So so it's not a bad thing that I can um like she contests me, she zones me, and then I retake it again. She zones me and I
Yep.
retake it again.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
not
Being
when that
contested on an angle is value for your team. Right? It's attention. She loses HP. You lose HP. You take more of her HP than she takes of yours. It's fine. The problem is, do you die? If you die here, that's a mistake. Then you reacted too slow, right?
right.
But you should die here. This is fine.
So well wouldn't that telegraph too much because I'm revealing my position over and over and over again, being
No.
zoned and coming back,
What
being
are they going
no.
to do about it? The element of surprise is only important when the angle that you're taking is extremely high risk, high reward. right? So there's a really, really, like, let's say you're going for a really deep flank and you're trying to like one shot their back line. Okay, sure. Then you need the element of surprise. But like subtlety is not a must by any means. Take a powerful position and make them do something about it. And then them doing something about it is value for your team. This is fine. Don't overthink it. This is a good angle.
Yeah, I just don't want to die here. That's the thing.
So you do die here?
Actually don't remember.
Okay, let's pretend that you don't. Let's pretend that you don't, because you shouldn't. You should always be able to see her coming and run away. Even without Mercy Pocket, you shouldn't die here. That's it. I'm going to do as much as I possibly can to kind of simplify things for you today.
Here it is.
Right?
Here's the other.
All right.
Same thing with this Ilios map.
Yeah.
That I'm over here in the bottom. I look to the left, see a Genji. Look to the right, I'm avoiding Roadhog hook. Because I could poke them, pour bullets in them. And then this Widow's angle is just completely dominating the center.
Yeah,
so,
well, we don't want you in center anyway if that's where your team is. Okay, so here's what you're going to do, okay? First things first, this is just a little bit of map knowledge for you. You can rotate coming from spawn. You see the staircase on your right there, right behind you? Go up the staircase and wrap to high ground right where you're at.
Yeah.
So that's a good starting rollout, okay? Now, your vision there is very limited. You might be able to poke Genji a little bit, maybe on a little bit. So you're probably going to need to deepen that angle from there, and then there you go. You're like, but Genji can get on top of me. Yeah? Yeah? Good luck. Save your Helix.
So just outplay it if he comes at me.
You know where he's at. He doesn't necessarily know where you're coming from, and the chances are that if you rotate and play your range coming out that lower left door or going up top, you may get a couple of bullets in, right? 2 or 3 shots. That's a big deal. Maybe sit on the mini, save your Helix, something like that. Yeah. You're right. You can't go right. Hog is gonna. You can't contest the Hog in that room, right? There's no other high ground or no other angle. You can't go main. Yeah. Just good luck. Take an angle, knock yourself out.
Yeah. So it's pretty much just like figuring out how I can outplay.
Yep.
Get good. I was right. That is the problem. Is how can I outplay the people that are contesting me on these angles?
You take the best angle that you can possibly take, and I think the Roadhog it's really hard to outplay the Roadhog. You can't really outplay the Widowmaker. So you have to take the lesser evil and knock yourself out. And the thing is like you look at this and you're like, this isn't the end of the world. Like Genji doesn't automatically win every 1v1 here because you have the element of surprise. You could roll out top and create a little bit of range. Your Doomfist, in theory, could also be distracting him or harassing and pressuring him. You could sit on mini. Like, you're not helpless here. You just need to take the angle decisively. I feel like what's happening is that, like, you're potentially thinking too hard about what angle you take, and maybe you take the wrong one or whatever, and you're thinking so hard about the angle, maybe you're late or whatever. But this is it. This is not an easy soldier map, right? There isn't a lot of space for you, so you're going to take the best angle that you can, and then you just need to win. That's it.
Okay, so that's something. So let's focus on that. Let's focus on how I can. How I can win these 1v1s when contested, like the micro.
Sure. We can do that. I do want to look at your positioning though, because I want to make sure that you're not overcomplicating things.
Yeah, I feel like I have like a 7 out of 10 position here, maybe an 8 out of 10, because I focused on that probably 5 sessions of just straight positioning. Obviously there'll be like imperfections on it, but who really has a perfect game?
Right. I really want to give you a heuristic that you could just apply it and not overcomplicate, and just a simple plug and play. What angle makes sense? Go. What angle makes sense? Go.
I think it was Samoa, yeah. So I've won this game.
Mm-hmm.
But do I want that one though? That's the question. You want something that's close or something that's like?
I don't care. What one did you feel like you wanted information on? I mean, a close game is optimal, but like if you were like, I didn't really know how to position here, or I got lost or confused, that's good too.
Okay. I'll give you one that I completely dominated in, and maybe you could tell me like
Sure.
the things I'm doing right.
Sure.
Because there might so I can continue those habits.
Yeah, works for me.
I think that's a 0. Let me know
I
if
can
that.
just copy and paste. I'll nail it. Nice, dude. We got it.
Okay.
Can you see stream?
Yeah, I can see. Sure.
Okay. Now, I'm going to say one more thing. What we have not spoken really at all about was your training schedule, right? Not just your play time, but your breaks, your warm up, your mentality, your goals, and so on. Do you have any questions about that?
No, I'm pretty.
Okay,
I'm
it's
pretty
really
straightforward.
important.
I
Okay.
used to play semi-pro in Call of Duty,
Okay.
like 14.
Sure.
So I know about sleeping, making sure that my diet's good, so that way I can react
Okay.
fast.
Okay. Okay.
You know,
All right.
and like avoiding the game when I'm tilted or
Sure.
mentally
Sure.
not focused. Yeah.
Okay. I don't mind this rollout. Gives you a pretty good vantage point so you can make your decisions. Okay. Here's the plan here. You ready? Shoot.
Yeah. Yep.
I would be opening with Helix more often. I know you're thinking, oh, I want to force resources. I just don't give a frick. Use it right now. Right now. Just use it. Just use it. I know you're like, well, I want to finish. I don't know. She might fade behind cover. You might not get the chance. It's a freaking low cooldown. Use it. The only time that you should save Helix is if you're actively going to be dueled in the next 2 or 3 seconds. You got me?
Okay. Yeah.
Use it. Other than that, good stuff. Keep shooting. I don't mind this. This is fine. Even you could test a widow at a long ale, right? As long as you're smart about it. You were smart about it.
Yeah. As long as she's not looking at me.
As long as she's not looking at you. Now, again, here, I want you to open with Helix. She's not looking at you. You have a free Helix. Use it. Especially because it's a project. I mean, we can get into the nitty gritty here. It's a projectile. It's gonna get travel time. It's gonna hit her as your first bullets are hitting her, right? You know what I'm saying? But the big thing is just freaking use the Helix. You don't need to save it here. Use it. Good.
A little too late, but
Yeah. A little too late. Good. Good. You're maintaining like sort of range on Genji Hazard. You're kind of getting a little close to Widow. At least you're being unpredictable. Yes. Don't repeat that. Good. I mean, all you did was take an angle, manage your range approximately well, and you shot people. You didn't even freaking get any value out of Helix at all, and yet it didn't matter. Congratulations. Well done. Sure.
this is funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Sure. Why not? Why not? Like, what is he gonna do about it?
He's just dead.
Yeah, he's just useless, right? Like you manage your range well versus hazard, and you shot. The funny thing about this, okay. So let me give you a little bit of truth, okay? This is really important. It's not so much about choosing the right angle always. It's about I have made this. Now, hey, hang on. I have made this side my choice, left or right. How can I win on this my choice? What if you had chosen right? You know what? You could have done very well. You could have made it work. Now, this is a good soldier map, so that definitely helps. But it's not so much about, oh no, I chose the wrong side. I have to scout and then choose my side. No, not really. I mean, it definitely like tiny little details, but I don't care. You choose the side and you make the most of where you're gone. You understand?
Yeah.
You knew that this angle is really tight and Hazard could contest you in here. So what did you do about it? You gave Hazard respect. You played a little bit distance. You kind of ganked, right? You also knew that this angle keeps you a really long distance from Widow. So what did you do? You gave her respect. You only peeked her when she wasn't looking, or you closed the distance on her, right? You just used your brain. It's not complicated. Yeah. You didn't troll the game because you rolled out on the wrong side because they were on the wrong comp. You just did the best that you could. That's it. It's not that complicated.
If I choose right, though, it's like my vision's limited of the enemy, and
sure.
That's the thing. Like,
that's fine.
Like,
that's fine.
Yeah, I can choose these angles, but they're in, like the funny thing is, yeah, you're telling me like, yeah, I could choose these angles, pick an angle, and do well there, but I don't want to have an opportunity cost where there's another angle where I could see multiple enemies and
I understand.
Have an element of surprise.
I understand. What I'm saying here is if you had chosen the quote-unquote wrong angle and gone right, it would have meant that, yes, it would have been awkward. But you know what it would have been better for? A lot easier to kill Widow. A lot easier to kill Ana. You see it?
So I could deepen it.
You
Yeah,
can
you're
deepen
saying
a lot easier. It's a way easier to deepen in this angle. It's worse for Genji Hazard. They can get on top of you way easier. My point being is that I still like your choice better. But if you had made the wrong choice, there's always something that you can get out of it. There's always something you can get out of it.
Yeah.
Now I'm zooming through this just because I don't have as much to say outside this good, this good, this good, and so I don't want to waste your time. But
Yeah.
the thing that you're doing good is you're relatively maintaining your range and you're killing people. So I will still say that you're. I mean, not here obviously, but there have been a lot of times where I think you could have gotten away with more Helix. I mean, this is just your team spawn camping, so whatever. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, this isn't really a close game. I don't know. Maybe I could give you. I could give you. This.
We'll find another one. We'll find another one. But now you've sparked my interest, so you're hooked in. We're finishing the map.
Okay. Yeah, this one gave me a little bit more difficulty, but just because they went Reaper, Genji, and Hazard.
It's not a good soldier map because of how congested it is, right?
Yeah.
So this is a great
I made it
example.
work.
This is a great example, and that's just it, right? I don't like this rollout from you. I generally like when you have a choice, longer sightline's probably better with soldier. Probably.
Yeah, top left.
Yeah, top left, right. Probably better. I mean, there's always the threat of Widow and Ana and Hanzo and Ashe, right? And, but I just kind of like the previous run, right? You chose the longer sightline because more often than not, soldier's going to outrange his opponents, okay? So this is the wrong angle, and yet here you are making it work because you go, well, I can't see anything. I love rocks, apparently. And you're just going to sit here and shoot tank from an angle. That's fine. Fine with me. And then if you get the opportunity mid-fight, when you get your Helix back, make a play. You die here. Why? Oh, I got too close to the Genji. Yes, that's true. But why else?
I didn't shoot him first.
You didn't shoot him. And not only did you not shoot him, you walked towards him. You saw him and you're like, but walk towards him. Okay? Bad. Other thing here. You Helixed mid-air. Now, I think you hit him, to be fair to you.
Yeah, the thing with these close ranges is that, yeah, I can helix, but it also hurts me too.
Yeah, I know. I understand the difficulty here. But yeah, you should have shot him first. You shouldn't have pressed W. You should have sat in the corner. You should have shot him in the face. And you actually needed the Helix damage. I mean, look at how much damage this Helix does. Watch. 40 damage. Yikes. Right? Yikes. So I want you to coach yourself on this matchup. You made a mistake. You got too close to Genji. I don't care. You still win this. How do you win these? Shoot him first.
Yeah,
Then
shoot
what?
him first, yeah.
Then what?
I can either run away and strafe and force him to miss the dash.
Yep.
Um,
Very high risk, right? Probably not going to work at
Yeah.
this range, to be honest with you. Okay, so what do you do?
I don't know.
Oh, come on.
I'm out of ideas because this is literally the matchup. Him and Sombra are the matchups that I have no idea how to solve unless I can surprise Genji. If I can surprise Genji, get him
surprise
off
him.
guard.
You did surprise him. Look at his HP.
I just didn't shoot him. Yeah, I just didn't shoot him.
You just didn't shoot him. You accidentally shot him, which is funny. What do you do right now? Let's say you have your Helix here. Let's say you have your heal station. What do you do?
Heal station and then helix.
Yeah, then right. You heal station and then you shoot him in the face and you wait for his response. If he commits dash, you're gonna do one of two things. You're gonna helix the floor, or you're gonna run around to make sure that he doesn't get the follow-up right click. Once he misses that dash right click combo, he's wide open. I look at this here. You have the advantage here. Because you caught him off
I
guard.
have the HP trade.
You have the
and
HP
then I
trade.
have my helix.
You just didn't use the heal station. You just didn't use the heal
The
station until
thing is,
late.
the animation's way too slow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I know.
and also the second thing is the DPS passive. As soon as he dashes and melees on me, all that damage that he does to me is now mitigated from the DPS passive. So my heal station doesn't even heal me that much. So it's like, do I even?
All I hear are excuses. Win the 1v1. You did all the right things here. You fumbled the bag. Heal station, strafe, hit the helix. If you still die, GG's go next. That's it.
So as soon as I'm in, you're saying as soon as I'm in this range.
As soon as you're in this range. As soon as you're in this range. Yeah, exactly.
Heal pad.
Yeah, heal pad. and heal pad. You could even preventatively heal pad, and he has to make a decision, right? So like you turn this corner here, you see him immediately, you drop your heal pad, now he's got to make a decision. Right? Does he let you go? Does he dash out? Does he dash in? Right? He's got to make a decision, right? All that being said, like, yeah, please don't get close to Genji if you can avoid it without forcing his cooldowns first. But my point being is that you're not just instantly dead, right?
Yeah.
You didn't shoot him.
My thought
You didn't heal station.
Yeah, I didn't. But my thought process was I want to shoot the person furthest in the back so I don't give away, so I can hurt the Ana, force her to like zone her out, and then shoot Genji. But
Yeah,
because
I understand.
if I don't, because he can still be healed by Ana, obviously if Ana's good.
Understandable.
So,
The rule with Overwatch, though, always, almost without exception, is when you on angle, whoever also on angle, you must fight that person. That's the rule, okay? Tracer's on, you gotta fight the Tracer. Cassie's on, you gotta fight the Cassie. I don't care if they're getting pocketed, fight them. If you don't fight them, you die. And if it's a 2v1 and you have to back off, okay, back off. But you have to fight him. All right? So I know you're going through like these 7 steps of like this chemistry going on, like your algebra's 12, you know? Shoot the freaking Genji in the face. If you do not, he will kill you. That is all. Because no amount of sustain is going to prevent him from having, he's going to have to use his deflect, or he's going to have to use his dash. That being said, I'm beating you over the head with, the stick, right? I said the passive-aggressive coaching, right? You know what? You did a really good job. You chose the wrong freaking angle, but you played a good range. You did some good damage from here. You shot tank, you shot brick. This was really good. It's the wrong angle, but good pressure early in that fight. Really nicely done.
Thank you. I feel like you're being actually directly aggressive with this.
Oh yeah, because I think you need it. I think first off, I'm tired of hearing. I don't want to hear any excuses about I can't win. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And the other thing as well is that there's way too many ideas like this. Like I know that you've done a better job recently simplifying those ideas, and I'm glad. But I'm pointing you, it's just very simple. It's very simple. It's not a mystery why you're winning this game. Now this is brain dead, right? This is brain dead. Okay, it's way too close. But you know what? I'm going to make you coach yourself here. I'm going to make you make this work. You chose the wrong angle. It's way too close. Okay, yeah, but how do you win? How do you win? What do you do?
I'm going to shoot the Genji that's most likely going to be able to
contest me. But what ability are we going to use here?
Helix plus healing pad.
Helix plus healing pad, maybe a little bit closer in the corner, but yes, you're going to Helix plus healing pad right now. Why are you going to open with Helix and not shoot instead?
To hit the Helix, I want him... It's hard to hit a jumping Genji with Helix.
Yes, but it's easy to hit a jumping Genji with Helix when he doesn't know that you're there.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? This is the same thing with the Widowmaker earlier, where the Widowmaker, you come in from the angle. Well, it's not just a mechanics thing. Maybe it's a mechanics thing that's leading you to make bad decisions. Because I look at this here, there's no way with a person of your mechanical capability, which by the way is too strong for Plat, should be missing this Helix. He doesn't know you're there. Open with Helix. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Hit the Helix. Yeah. If you miss it, okay, GG's. It's still the right decision, even if you miss it. So you're tinning. You have this habit of like tinning to finish with Helix. So we Helix, we heal station, and then what?
What do you mean, like?
Then what? What do you do?
He's not chasing me. He's not chasing me. So I know this is too close. Obviously, because obviously he can contest me, and there's everybody looking at me.
Yeah.
So I'm running away. I'm repositioning. I'm getting the angle. The problem, I took this angle because I heard Reaper, and I didn't want to contest this Reaper without maybe a support. Because again, it's like,
way too close.
I don't know how to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's way too close. I mean, it is way too close. So you used your Helix. You took way too close of an angle, and then you gave the Reaper that angle, right? So here's what I'm gonna be honest with you. You took the wrong angle. You then also failed to execute on the angle because you didn't open with Helix. That's it. That's it. If you'd been here, contested Reaper from this space here, you're fine, especially because you have Helix. If you'd been here and done a really stupid angle but actually hit your Helix, maybe get the Genji, maybe get the Brigitte, okay, you're fine. You're not the reason that you guys lost this fight, though. You guys just got picked off early on. GG's, go next. Not complicated. You chose the wrong angle and executed from it poorly. That's all. But if you had chosen the wrong angle and executed on it well, it would have been fine. That angle still could have worked. Great job. I love this angle. Nice job. Love this. This is great.
I disagree. Because of that.
I disagree with your disagreement. Okay. All right, let's talk about
Genji can, bro. Look, Genji can contest me. I'm too close to him. Hazard's just gonna jump up, like, and exactly. I should have taken like the far left.
Okay. So this isn't fully optimal, right? You're a little too close to the Genji. Did you know the Genji was there?
Now I do.
Okay. So who should you be shooting right now then?
The Genji.
Preferably Genji, but I understand. All right. Is you being contested bad?
I'd rather not be it is a.
I know you wouldn't, but you know that's how it goes. That's how it goes. So you're gonna be contested sometimes. That's value.
Yeah.
I want you to look at the attention that you're getting right now. 1. Still 1. On a pocket. Brig pack. Hazard. Okay? That's okay. It's value. Your problem is not I got contested because I chose a bad angle. Okay, yeah, you're right. You know what? You're right. I think left probably going to be a little bit more consistent, but there's risk here too. You would have been contested here as well. Do you like being contested here instead of here?
But if I went left, though, they would have to exhaust more resources to.
True. That's true. That's true. That's true. But the point still stands. If you take a good angle and get contested, what are you going to do about it? Your problem here, which, by the way, I don't hate how you played it. You actually backed off. Would have been a little bit sooner pressure on the Genji. You lived. You're okay. But now what's the problem?
I still can try to contest him.
You still try to contest angle. Once he's already committed and now he's at point blank range. You see, earlier he had to dash. He had to close the distance. And now he's on top of you. And now it's not just him. Now it's also the Hazard as well. So what should you do instead? Use your character.
Well, to be fair, I didn't know that Hazard would jump on me.
Well, you should. But ignore that for right now. Now what?
Well, I have pockets. Like, why would I not take it with healers right beside me?
Because do you want to take an angle at point blank range on Genji? The fact that you're playing point blank is why you have a pocket, right? Think about it this way. If there is a Widow, let's go back all the way to the first thing. Okay, here we go.
Sniper.
You are, I don't know, there's a Widow Mercy sitting right here, right? Way too close. You peek here as a soldier. Can you contest these two guys from this position here as a soldier? A pocketed Widow? Yeah, absolutely you can.
If I play it right, yeah.
But Spilo, I'm pocketed, so why would I not contest the soldier here as Widowmaker? Do you understand? It doesn't make any sense. Why would you, even if you're pocketed, that doesn't give you the opportunity to play dumb positions, because it just means that you're now taking in a 1v2 trade or 2v1 trade and not even consistently getting the kill. So just because you're pocketed doesn't mean that a bad position becomes good. That's all. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So when you're here, it was fine. You shoot. He gets on top of you. All right, well, now what? Go be pocketed somewhere else. Now you should run away. Or you know what? Even just peek out this window here. Literally this would have been better. Reposition your angle. Or rotate back to main. Reposition your angle. You got choices. That's all. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Shoot. Yep. Sure. Shoot. Yep. Sure. Shoot. Good. Good. Nice. Get him out. Yep. I want to see Sooner on the Helix again. You notice that? It's like right here. Blast him right in the face. I know it's not easy to hit, but at this range it is, right? Hit him in the face. Use it. Good. Go do it again. That's fine. They used an ultimate. You guys didn't. Go next. Good. Do it again. Pop it. This is what I like to call a zoning visor. And I'm not saying that to be insulting. It's good. You don't really have a lot of scouting. You could have waited a second before popping it, but you know that there's not going to be any pressure from this angle, so you can probably get away with it. So this is fine. It creates space. It causes chaos. It finishes the kill. It's fine. Okay, we go next. Oh, I want to see this. Sure. Nice. We use our Helix. Love to see it. Yeah. I like this. Good stuff. It's risky, but it's all right. This is also good too. I mean, this is just funny, right? You know, your team backs up, you fall back, your team pushes forward. You're like, ah, crap. Where is everybody? Just commit here. You could have gone for the honest spawn camp if you'd wanted to. Yeah, I understand. It's a little bit annoying. Sure. This is a mistake. Why?
They're on the objective. Push them out.
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
He's not looking at me, so I wanna shoot him.
Sure, but he's on top of you.
But there's yeah.
It's not great.
It's a tank.
Yeah, there's two of them, right? You know, they're point blank range. Just run, like. But you're being pocketed. Just run. This is
No,
okay.
in this particular case, I wouldn't say.
Okay. Yeah, just run. Yeah, and you being chased is value. So. Sure, go for it. Why not? Open with that Helix, you son of a gun. I'm gonna sound like a broke clock.
You prefer opening rather than ending it?
It depends on the situation, but yes, I find it much more consistent. Because remember, the reason why you open with Helix is not just because, oh, it's a lower cooldown, just take the free damage and time to kill and all, yeah. But the biggest thing is that they just don't know you're there. That's it. So it's significant. You could just hit a direct right here. Hit a direct. Make sense?
Yep.
Because I know the concept is that, oh, you duck behind a corner and you finish with Helix, but this is exactly why that doesn't work. You're basically relying off of them not utilizing cover perfectly and praying that you finish the kill. But I mean, you don't even need to take my word for it. I just think if you go back through even this entire code and every single time, there are at least 5 or 6 kills that could have been secured by opening with Helix. Not even mentioning old charger pressure. In just this game alone. Nice. Good job. Yeah, okay, give me another code.
Okay.
Okay. Any
This one I actually
questions?
lost. No. Open up with like being pocketed is not is not a good excuse for having poor position. Open with Helix. Don't be afraid to be contested. If I open with Helix, I feel like if I open with Helix and healing pad when I am being contested, I would have the advantage because I would have an HP trade.
Sure. There's nothing super complicated. Your positioning is like when it's not dumb, it's good. It's fine.
Yeah. You can skip this fight. You can skip. We just dominate and decimate.
Yeah, but I want to see it. I want to see it. Right? Oh, this is too close to contest a Reaper. Well, you got your Helix. So let's see what you got. And what other option do you have? You could sit here and shoot. You could sit here and shoot. You could absolutely. I generally wouldn't recommend this angle. For obvious reasons, right? But this is not terrible. Hey, we opened with Helix. Look what happens. He wasn't expecting it. He took it in the face. Nice job. Beautiful. Yeah, you did it again. You're a wizard. I love it. Well done. Really well done.
Thank you.
This is beautiful, mate. Beautiful. And the tracking is good, too. Really, really nicely done. Good use of your healing station. Yeah, see, this is why I wanted to look at this. I wanted to see why. Well, you just freaking took an angle, and you kill people. You open with Helix, and you kill people. Now, the funny thing here is you might be like, well, what if I didn't have a Mercy Pocket? Well, what would you do if you didn't have a Mercy Pocket? Let's find out when the Mercy Pocket really mattered. And it mattered right here. What would you do?
If I didn't, I would run away.
Just run away, right? Exactly. Exactly.
Grab the mini.
Yeah, grab the mini, run away. And the best part about it is because if you don't have a Mercy Pocket, it means that these guys are getting supported, which means the Rein is dead. Still good trade.
Yeah.
Still good angle, right? You did a good job. This is really good, mate. This is beautiful. Should be proud of this. I don't just want to like, you suck. No, this is really, really, really good. You should feel very proud of this.
That's what my jiu-jitsu coach does to me all the time. He's like,
Yeah. You train jiu-jitsu? Lovely.
Yeah.
Brazilian?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice, mate. How long you been training?
Year and a half. I had qualified for my blue belt, but the coach was like, "No, you don't show up to class enough."
Blue belt's still very impressive though. Favorite submission?
Triangle.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's a good one for control as well. So even if you don't always succeed, you get a lot of a guard is powerful. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I understand like you're trying to close the distance on this Zenyatta, so I don't hate it. But obviously this is kind of spooky. Probably would just retake top here if I were you, or you could kind of hold the angle here and poke from here if you'd like to. This isn't bad. I appreciate the opening of Helix there. That's okay.
One
Go
of the
ahead.
micro things. I know you said that angle was bad, but one of the things I usually do as part of a micro is, all right, I'm gonna retreat. I'm gonna get a different angle, but while I run away, I'm gonna shoot what I have available.
That's all right.
So
Yeah, that's all right with me. That's all right with me. I could tell that you were trying to close the distance a little bit on the Zen, get that pick. That's okay. I don't mind. By the way, this is the good side of waiting. Another good side of opening with Helix, because you turn with Helix here, but he's ready for you, and so you don't quite hit the Helix, right? And you flicked a little bit. But see, the thing is that now, okay, I'm at a disadvantage, right? So I run away. But guess what? You have your Helix again, because you actually used it. If you mess up, you're able to get it back again faster, so you can actually fight again. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is like in theory a little too close for a Reaper, but you are pocketed and you have your Helix, so I don't care. The voices.
Voices in my head.
Yeah. You're insane. You're cracked. I love the angle pressure on Ryan. You open with Helix, and he's cooked. Hold the angle and shoot. Pop the visor when you want to. Oh, wow. He caught me off guard, too. I didn't hear him.
Yeah, a lot of times, like, when these fights get chaotic,
I heard him just
there's
there.
a bunch...
Yeah, I heard him just there. It took me a second. I think it was because all the noise happening on... To be honest with you, mate, it happens. Who cares? Run. And look. You still have an angle.
I've got you in my sights.
This wasn't that great. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I saw the vision. You still had an angle, still felt kind of winnable, but obviously just Ryan. GG's. Yeah, honestly, it's okay. Oh, wait, I want to see this again.
Still got some fight in me.
Why are you opening with Helix all of a sudden? What has happened? Where? Do you see the value? Look, instantly forces Wraith, right? Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, I play him a lot. I do both. I open with Helix, and I was gonna reserve being like, Sparlow, I open with Helix, but that game that
that's all right.
Was
That's
not
okay.
A good example of that. That's
okay. And honestly, it happens. It happens. Like, it happens to the best of us. But I guess if nothing else, it reminds you to keep doing that most times, right? Keep doing that. And you're seeing the results of it right here. Now this is great because every angle that you want to take is contested. So it's just your choice to make the best decision you can and execute from it. This is fine. Sure. You've got Helix now. You hear Zen elsewhere. This is the mistake. This is the mistake.
I lagged.
Okay, then I don't care. It happens.
I know. I didn't need to drop down.
That's okay.
I stopped playing with this because obviously the lag.
Yeah. It's fine then. It's fine then. I don't care. Who cares? Yeah.
But I make the best of it. I go down under. And
Yep. I love what you do. I love what you do.
I'll try to
Sure.
pay the favor.
Sure. Should have opened with Helix there. So like that's a good example of like, even though this has been a really good game for the most part, that was a Helix opener right here. You see it?
I would say it's kind of like a toss-up because there's so many targets. There's a big Rhine, and if I want this Helix to go off and hit somebody, I don't want to accidentally hit the Rhine.
Aim it at the Moira's feet right here.
Okay.
Yeah, just aim it at her feet, insta-fade, get her out. Because if you shoot her, it's the same thing with like, if you get the reason why the free Helix is so important is because obviously they're not expecting it, but it's also from like a quote-unquote macro perspective. If you force this Moira into a disadvantage now, she's less likely to try to contest you later. Because if you put her on the back foot, she's not going to fade. So basically, you getting an early advantage on an angle is really important so that you can hold the angle. You understand?
Yeah.
Like now, this is what I was afraid of. This is what I was afraid of. Now, yeah, exactly. So you get the Helix now, but you still have to back off the angle, and that's annoying. Nice. Sure. probably should have run sooner. If you'd had
Is there-
Helix,
Robotics deployed.
go
Is
ahead.
there a micro way where I could strafe to or run away to? Because one of the things that I've really practiced on is if I am gonna go run away, um, I usually want to have a path in my head. But if I need to think of something on the spot, I usually try to run towards the closest, like tightest ends of the map, like
That's
so
fine.
that way I can constantly have cover.
Nah, that's fine. Works for me. The problem here is
Like
not where you ran to, but when you ran.
Really.
Yeah, so you pop heal station here, but you need to get out of dodge. You don't have your Helix, and you're not being pocketed. You need to run. So this moment here is where you die. You see what I'm saying?
True.
If you had just dropped the heal station and ran, you would have been fine. Because you would have been able to rotate to here, get pocket, shoot Ryan Shield, use cover. And then if you wanted to later, you could retake top if you wanted to. But you could also just angle and shoot Ryan Shield. That's fine too.
I could have also gone bottom. Like gone bottom and
Yeah. I mean, I would have preferred you to put out damage now. And even if it's just shooting Ryan Shield. But yeah, that's fine. Good. Pop it.
Got you in my sights.
Nice. Good stuff. Yeah, good to me. Seems good to me. I mean, respect the Reaper there because he grabs the mini, you know? I get it. Totally fine with me. Yeah, shoot the tank. Do it.
Affirmative.
Yes, beautiful. Beautiful job. This is not an easy soldier map either. You did a great job. Let's keep going.
Thank you.
You take the angle. Sometimes you stay in the angle too long when you don't have your Helix, right? Or you know, a Reaper gets on top of you. But you did a good job choosing angles for the most part, even though it wasn't like that hard of a choice. You played it well. You opened with Helix. You hit your shots. That's it. Good stuff.
This is where it gets hard.
Yeah.
Is this? I remember specifically like
Lag
the
out?
players. Well, there's a little bit of lag. My frames per second isn't that great right now.
I look at this Helix. This Helix is killing me. Because the funny
Yeah?
thing about this, the Helix is good. You just need to hit it. You know, you need to hit it. So like, again, the voices, right? So keep going. I interrupted.
Yeah. It's just funny. I forgot what I was saying.
You're talking about frames.
Oh, they
and
were
things are messy.
targeting me. They were targeting me. That's
Yeah.
what happened.
Yeah.
And so, like, if they're the best strat that I have for when players want to do that, because obviously I'm dominating in these lobbies right now, and they want to exhaust all their resources. And the best strat I have is kind of just take the attention, survive as long as I can, and just run away while I have their attention.
Yeah, sure.
And that's it.
Yeah, sure. I could sit here and microanalyze whether this angle's better or angling from here is better or doing the full rotate to here. I mean, this is a pretty good one, right? I think even with a Hanzo, well, you just got to avoid his sight lane, but this is probably a good rollout for you. But I don't care. This is angle. This is okay. So the question is more about how do you operate on this angle? And so this is where we're going to look at it. Wait. Once more?
Don't look at that.
Once
Don't
more,
look at
once
that.
more.
Don't-
Wait. No, we have to look at it. That's good. I love that from you, actually. That's really good. This angle's fine.
Well, I'm scouting right now. I don't want to go and take the top left high ground because it's a high value point, and I could potentially meet somebody that I don't want to. So I want to see who I'm going against first if they swapped.
That's fine.
Since the last round. Yeah.
That's fine. To be honest with you, I don't care. If you went left and ran into a Tracer, you're probably playing in more open space. You'll see her or hear her coming, and you need to win that 1v1. If there's any space between you...
Healing pad, yeah.
Well, okay, see, that one's where things are a little bit different. Versus a Tracer, you don't open with Helix. Why?
It's harder to hit. She's just tiny.
Well, if she knows that you're there, she's going to blink first. So with Helix, it's more about, bleeding out a blink or a second blink before you go for the Helix. Make sense?
Yeah, or forcing recall.
Or forcing recall, right? But you need your Helix to force recall, right? Like basically, yeah, you need to create some distance between yourself and Tracer. But again, don't be scared. Oh, I'll just die if I run into anybody here. No, you won't. This is open space. If Sombra's here, yeah, it might be awkward, but she still has to hit the combo, otherwise she dies, right? I get it. There's tough matchups here.
I was gonna ask you, like, I cannot think creatively of a solution for Sombra.
Very
the fact
simple.
That invisible. I just
Very simple. You always need to know where she is and expect her cycle. That's it. So she can stay invisible for 5 seconds. So where is she? First time, get caught with your pants on. That's all right. Second time, shame on you. Because remember, if she fails to cycle, she dies, or she has a very high chance of dying. Okay.
I can time the cycle pretty well. Because I have also played Sombra, and Kadra taught me about something like filtering out, or I don't know what it was, but filter out the
Whatever.
flankers. And then you can take these angles. But even still, in a fight, you're forced to take certain things or certain angles because you're being pressured.
Yep.
And and I don't like her going on my supports either. So it's like I don't know what to do against
It's not your responsibility. She goes for your supports. Your job is to take an angle and shoot people in the face. If she starts to contest you, then you need to be listening for where she is and playing very near cover. So when she goes for the hack or goes for the virus, you can respond with either a Helix or with breaking LOS. If you do that, high risk, high reward character, so you can light her up. You could even chase her.
Is there a way that I can predict where most likely she would want to be? Because I know health packs are something that she.
Well, you know
kind
what? She's going to be on a flank, right?
Yeah,
So
I do know that.
If, like, let's say you guys, if you know that they're on Sombra, right? Like, let's say you play the previous one, she was on Sombra. You're going to rotate here and you're like, all right, come on. Where you at, Rat? I know you're out here. I know you're out here. Now, she might roll out over here. Oh, well, whoops. You'll know in about 5 seconds. Okay, no Sombra. Rotate top, shoot top. You go here. You know they're on
So you're
Sombra.
saying maybe I could count in my head.
Sure.
If
Sure. You can hear her as well. You can hear her between cycles. Like, you'll hear her gun, you'll hear her translocator, you'll hear her voice lines. If you roll out here and you know they're on Sombra, okay, she's either over there or she's trying to hack this health back here. I'm going to try to hug here and quickly get here. Oh, she's not here. Okay, is she here? No. Okay, then we're good. She can't be there forever. She can't. The thing is, the Sombra is only threatening sometimes, not all the time. Not all the time. It's a skill matchup. It's a high-risk, high-reward matchup. You're going to fail. She's going to fail. That's it. Going back to this here, I don't mind this angle. This angle is fine. It's a little bit awkward. It's not very wide. It's not very broad, but who cares? Hit your Helix. You hit your Helix. This guy's Wraith Force. We're all happy. You lagged out. You missed your shots. You missed your Helix. And then you died. GG's. Go next. Nice. Sure. Open with Helix next time. Deepen. Sure. Sure. Open with Helix next time. Hit your shot next time. Sure. I have no problem with any of this. This is fine. Good. Sure. Nice. Good job. Congratulations. Well done. Took a nice angle. There's nobody there. So you took the next angle. There's nobody there. So you took the next angle and there's nobody there. And then finally somebody was there and they died. Right? You just kept going. So.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, good stuff. Run away from Reaper. Get the pocket.
Worked on the macro a lot.
Yeah, it's fine. Nice.
Yeah. I looked at all that. I'm like, damn, bro, I've never done that before.
Yeah. It's good stuff. Good stuff. No, so we're not really super sweating about the Hanzo, right? You got to respect his sightlines, but that doesn't mean that you have to completely rethink how you position. Oh, or Reaper.
No,
you can never. You just give
I watched
him
some of
respect.
your I watched some of the other like soldier coaching, and I'm like, I have zero problem with Hanzo. I have more mobility than he does. I'm not gonna catch him off guard.
That's it. That's it. That's it. I mean, it also helps that this map is not very good for Hanzo, but yeah, it's fine.
And the funny thing is, I never really pay attention to what map, like, what heroes are good on this map, what heroes are good.
Sure.
Like, I just find the best way to outplay it, regardless if it's like soldier on Gibraltar, or if it's, Reaper on Havana.
Yep, sure. Now this is the real question here. This is ridiculously high risk, high reward. Okay, so I don't hate it. Whatever. Coin flip on you whether you can open with Helix here, though. I knew it. I knew. Oh! That's okay. Good response. So look at me. I run away. Ryan pins at me. Perfect. Total waste of time.
The fact that second shot, that fire strike didn't hit me is...
Yeah. Nice. Still should open with Visor. Like, or with Helix. Right here. Pop it right here. Right? Pop it right here. Still bursts of damage, even with a Tactical Visor. I also like the fact that you're still aiming for the head. That's obviously very important to do with Visor. A lot of people don't do that. I love it. Good job.
Much better.
Holy crap. Use the Helix. Please, you're killing me. But hey, you won the duel. You won the duel because you got him low. You grabbed the Mega. You played around your heal station. And then I guess you kind of jumped around the corner so he didn't quite... You kind of jumped here so he doesn't get the headshot, right? It was good.
Much better.
Good try. Yeah, this is all fine. It's fine to not Helix that because he's looking directly at you, so it's hard to hit that one. Alright, let's see what you do. Because this is where things start to get a little bit more difficult, I imagine. Open with Helix.
Well, if I know that I'm gonna retreat and run away, I don't want to open with it.
Okay. Now, why do you know that you're going to retreat? Because you're down a few?
Because I don't have a good angle.
Okay. Okay.
Because like there's too much cover for them. So
Sure. Fair enough.
And also the other like I know this isn't really overthinking, but like
That's okay.
I want to make sure that I land it. So I want to take a few second, like a half a second, to aim
Yeah.
at the ground or wherever I need to.
Yeah, works for me. Still front load that effort, though, is what I'm asking you to do, right? Still
Yeah,
front load that
try
effort.
to make it faster is what
Uh-huh.
you're saying. You know,
Well,
practice it.
not faster necessarily, but it does. I want it to be the first thing more often than not.
Gotcha.
You know.
Enemy turret sighted.
Locking satellite vector.
Securing the objective.
You just got caught off guard by the Reaper. That's all. And I will say as well that this might be one of those situations when I think you're overthinking the angle a little bit, just because I think you're a little bit compressed, right? Like this isn't terrible, but it is very small, right? This is maybe a situation where if I want to coach the micro here, where could you rotate from here? You get poked out. Now what? I'm gonna blow your mind. You ready
Far
for this?
right, or
You ready for this?
I could even go underneath.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Go back. Just go right back. Just go back here. Or honestly, even double back here and play from here. It's fine. I think it's just too compressed. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just a little compressed. I like the creativity. I don't mind it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I could catch somebody off guard.
That's all right.
now. 'Cause
Works for me.
low ground, nobody really thinks about going low ground or
Yeah,
underneath.
yeah. I mean, you knew the risks. You knew the risks. You just executed poorly. And to be fair to you as well, they also popped 2 ults. So, go next. Sure. Go. Deepen.
Heroes never die.
Would prefer a deeper angle. Yep, thank you. Hit the Helix next time. Yeah, just a lack of value. A little bit slow in the rotations, a little bit slow to clear out the angle. And then obviously you missed the Helix that needed to clear out the Reaper. Like, I look at this here. If you can get to here now, it's Merry Christmas. You're going to create so much space for your team. You just didn't. That's all. You were just slow. That's all right.
A few seconds
that-
earlier.
Just a few seconds earlier and actually hitting the Helix. And that's a big difference here. It's painful to look at this, but that's exactly what you guys needed right now. Exactly what you guys needed. Okay, let's keep going. Now, this is a decent soldier map here.
There's this line I have to walk between like trying to get to the angle as early as possible and rushing to it and getting caught with my pants down looking at a Reaper shotgun.
Well,
I'm looking at it
the timing is my team fighting, and that's the timing. That's it, right?
I get it, but I want to know where they are first in relation so I can take the angle.
To be honest with you, I don't care where the enemy team is right now. This is
Why
all the
would you
information.
not care where the two guy with 2 shotguns is?
Well, because if you can go here, you should, in theory, have time to react.
Oh, right. Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Like, my point being is that, like, there is going to be an inherent risk with everything that you do, right?
Right.
You run here and there's a Reaper here. Okay, you're gonna good luck, right? It's hard, right? But there's risk for him too. He's far from cover. And he's also not getting value right now. You are choosing to, rather than setting up your angle and shooting, you're choosing to risk your Reinhardt instead, right? Inaction here is risk. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's risk out of taking an angle. There's risk out of staying on main, not even on an angle, shooting the enemy Ryan, and so that your Ryan takes more damage, right? You took that risk. Every action that you do is risk. That's it. And this is your risk. And now you're paying for it.
The inaction is the risk, is what you're saying.
Inaction is the risk. This was a risk, right? We talked about this. You had good logic for why you took this risk, right? You get punished for it,
Yeah.
but I get it. I get it. Everything that you do is risk. The question is, was it worth the reward, right? And like
I
you
mean,
said,
So how, like, I need, so you don't care where Reaper is. You don't care where
No.
the encounters are.
I
You
want
just-
I want you to think about where he might be. I want you to maybe predict a little bit, but I can't have you sitting in your backline worrying and wondering. When you rolled out on Samoa, first point, right? You had no idea what they were running or where they would be. You rotated left. Why? Because that probably is a good position most of the time. And worst case scenario, somebody's there and I'll respond and I'll react. You prepare yourself as best as you possibly can, and then you just go. But you can't sit in the back and wait. Oh, what? You just need to go.
So I need to be more. I need to be more confident,
Yes.
and that goes back to what I said like in the beginning. Like I need to be more confident in challenging the people that contest me. And
Yes.
so one of the things you're saying is shoot, open with Helix, shoot them, and drop healing pad early.
Yes. And there's and understand that the risk of you taking inaction is a risk. Like if we go back to first fight here, the very first fight, the funny thing is that this rotation was risky. Why? Because the first thing that you ran into was a Reaper teleporting directly in front of you. But did you die? No, you're fine.
I
You
did
messed
that.
it up. You messed it up, but you didn't die immediately.
Yeah.
Right? You had a chance. You fumbled the bag. Okay, go next. What would you do instead? Sit back here, right? No, you had to take a risk. You failed.
I still okay. So you're saying
You-
still take the risk, just play it better, execute better.
That's it. You took a risk here. You didn't know where they were. You didn't see everybody, but you still rotated. Why? Because it's good. And you were ready for it. Look where your crosshair is. You knew where the risk was. So you prepared for it. And you won. My point being is this, I'm not telling you to be stupid and silly and brainless. My point being is to take action, take risks, and prepare for those risks. When you drive a car, you are taking a risk. That's why you put on your seatbelt. You got me? When you take an angle with soldier, you're taking a risk. That's why you play cover. That's why you hold your helix. That's why you get scouting as soon as you get on that angle, right? There's a risk. Right now, you are taking risk. Where are they? I have no idea, but I'm going to take it here. Is there a Sombra behind you? You have no idea. But you have to take a risk. With the information that you have, where's your angle?
I can take
I
a
don't-
flank here.
You could. I don't hate where you're at right now. You could shoot Ryan from here if you'd like to. But yeah, flank would be good too. I think you probably could have gotten away with something a little bit deeper. I would have liked more pressure on Ryan earlier or commit to a flank. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I don't
What-
see
what-
anybody.
What do you think about this?
That's better.
Yeah. Is there a risk
That's
here?
better, but it's riskier because like Soldier has high ground and from that angle, and he has an angle on me, and he has a more potential to contest, like
Sure.
zone me out.
Sure. Oh man, the Soldier's zoning me out. The good news though is that if you stay here, Soldier can't shoot anybody else from that high ground, right? I'm being very sarcastic. This sucks for your entire team, right? The damage has been done, right? So what are you gonna do about it, right? What can you contest a soldier? Probably not. Can you do damage elsewhere? Probably. Remember, the inaction, this action right now is risk. Right here. So what are you going to do about it? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, right now you have I have advantage hindsight, but it's still hard because going and taking a flank. I mean, like maybe taking the soldier's attention away on the
Sure.
flank would be
Works for me.
somewhat of a good thing.
As long as you don't die. You shouldn't die. You should be able to get here,
Right.
maybe distract his attention, pressure Juno out, create some space. Oh no, Reaper's after me, run away. You're gonna take some risks, that's okay. It's alright. Remember, you being contested on an angle is not bad. Just don't die. Or even if you do die, sometimes it's worth it.
Yeah.
You're not taking any risks here. You're not taking, and so you're not providing any pressure, not providing any space. With the information that you have right now, where should you go?
Far left.
Far left. Ironically, you don't take a risk, and yet that in of itself was a risk. GG's.
I think that's funny. I think that's a funny for lack of a better word, conundrum. Because if
Yeah.
you not taking a risk and doing something is in itself a risk,
Right.
Because you're not contributing anything.
And so your tank suffers, is what happens. Your tank suffers. Your tank will always suffer for your lack of taking risks. Because he's the one that's getting angled. Let's see what would have happened before you get 5 orb here. Let's look at the risk that would have happened. Okay, so right here. Okay, they're there. I run. 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 Oh, no, there's a Reaper there. He might fight me. Yeah. So what? Get him out.
And just do the things you said, like open up with Helix.
Open up with
and
Helix, play your range, respect. You know, obviously here the solution's more of a flank, but it's not always a flank, right? I don't, again, we don't want to overcomplicate, like you always have to be hard flanking. Maybe you can just shoot, but like right now you're not on an angle at all. Like you're not on an angle. You have nothing. You have nothing at all, right? So just sit here, see what happens. Shoot Ryan. Okay, they're all chasing me, I run away. Maybe I come back. Everything that you're doing
The fact
is
that them
risky.
chasing me actually kind of separates them.
True.
So the flank actually, obviously this in hindsight, but I felt like.
Well, the thing is, it's hindsight, but you did have this information, right? If you really want to go by your rule, which is I don't want to take an angle without scouting. Okay. You had all the information that you needed on your screen right now.
I'll try to
This isn't going to work. I got to move. You didn't know where Reaper was. That's true. But, well, you can't let that, that can't be your life. It's like, I can't take an angle until I know where Reaper is, right? You're going to have to. Just got to probably predict. Where is he? Listen. Use your ears. Same thing with Sombra. Now, this is way too close, but hey, if we get a Helix here, there's a chance. You gotta open with a Helix. It's okay. I appreciate it. Look what you did. Look what you did. Look what you did. Look what you did. Watch. Look what you did. You see it?
Fourth Wraith.
And now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Good job. I mean, it's a shame that they had ults and you didn't, but like, a little bit of lag there again. But this is fine. Like, you actually were creating some space. Oh, dear. Yes, again, there is the Helix opener. Check this out. Oh, this is just beautiful. Yeah, he's out. Pop it. Now, what I would do from here is I wouldn't get sucked back in towards main. Where could you rotate for Visor here?
High ground, yeah.
Yeah, go to high ground. Exactly. But nice job clearing out the angle. Remember we talked about in the 2 times that you've died, where have you been positioned, right? Nice. Love to see it. Now you can just kind of turn your brain off and shoot. Good. It's fine. That's your Ryan fault, not your fault.
I've got you.
Tricky, right? What could you have done here differently?
In my defense, in my head, I'm thinking he's like I can hear his footsteps, but I don't know where he's facing. So I'm thinking that he's facing another way. But also to criticize myself too. As soon as I pop Visor, he should turn around.
Right.
Just
And
be
I
more
will say,
sneaky with it.
you probably should have stayed high ground. I think your vision on high ground is good enough for Visor here, at least to create space and buy time. Okay, if you want to go for a really crazy Visor, that's fine. But again, it's all about the opener, right? Helix, heal station, Q. If you hit this direct, there's a chance.
I've got you.
You get what I'm saying? There's a chance.
Yeah.
Like, you look at this here, Just a couple of shots, like 125 or 100, whatever damage it is. I mean, that there's a chance. I don't hate the idea of the play. I don't hate the idea of the play. Everything that you do is risk. If you'd sat on high ground and just done nothing, or like, I don't know. There's always risk. I mean, I don't even know if Visor from high ground would have worked, right? So, okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep things really simple. Take angles, or keep taking angles. Don't overthink range. Just take them. Okay? All right? When you get contested, that's value. Play your life, though. Open with Helix. In most circumstances, they don't know you're there. Front load damage. Don't overthink. Simplify. Practice. Think about how to win duels. That's all. When you took angles, you did great. I have very little coaching. Now, we could talk a little bit about, okay, maybe that angle's not as good, or you could have done that angle instead. But for the most part, you just needed to take an angle. And when you did well. And the only times that you struggled on those angles would be where you either disrespected people chasing you, or you just didn't open with Helix, so you lost a lot of them. That's all. That's all.
Yeah.
A lot of Soldier's dueling potential is not his weapon and not his heal station. That is not the best dueling potential. It is your Helix. So if you feel at a disadvantage in a duel, you're correct. But also part of the reason why you're feeling so much at a disadvantage is because of your Helix usage. It is the most important part of your dueling kit. Healing station is inconsistent. Your weapon is just generally inferior to everybody else's. You have to hit the Helix.
Okay. Got it.
It doesn't mean that you're going to beat everybody all the time. Of course not. But it is going to make things feel a little bit easier. Okay, any questions?
Yeah. I do have a question about the ranking system right now. For some reason, Diamond 4 and Diamond 2 are like top 500 now.
Yeah, it's always how it is early in this. It's always how it is. Either early in this season or when Overwatch is dead game, bro, because Marvel Rivals is pulling all the people away. It always happens that way. It's been actually worse than that. There was a point in time where I'm pretty sure a Plat player was in top 500 in bad seasons.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Also, second question is like I've watched Awkward's Unranked the GM on Soldier, and in Diamond he was encountering top 500 players. Like he was encountering Chipsa.
Yep.
So the fact that I was able to reach Diamond, I don't know how I should feel about that. I don't know if I should be flattered or kind of like.
It doesn't
sad
matter.
about the game.
The rank is relative. Rank is relative. So that's just more of like when you're queuing. But Diamond is still Diamond. So, yeah. Just because you're in a GM lobby doesn't mean that you're a Grandmaster player.
Okay. Yeah, it's all right. That's it. Just